Hello YouTube! Scott here with another instant review. I'm a little bit behind, doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier Episode 2, which is the last one I've seen. Now, what to say about this episode? It explores some really interesting ideas and themes. It tries really hard to make you like the new Captain America, John Walker, whose body is apparently physically perfect, whatever that's supposed to mean. But by the end, no. No way. I don't know if I should get into spoilers right now, but there's a point where he literally says to Sam and Bucky, because they don't want to work with him, stay out of my way. So, no, he's not Captain America. Say what you will about Steve Rogers, and maybe I'm fanboying a little bit here, but I don't think his mentality was ever, if you're not with me, you're against me. So, for future videos, and into the foreseeable future, I will be referring to John Walker as Captain America. And it's really too bad, because he did show up to help Sam and Bucky in a big fight scene in the middle of the episode. And on that note, the big enemy in this, the Flag Smashers, this group that are considered terrorists by some and freedom fighters by others, which just really proves, the line between being a terrorist or a freedom fighter is which side you root for. But I mean, what they're shooting for, a world like it was during the snap, when apparently there were no borders and everybody was working together, it's a really attractive idea. Like, they're a really well-developed enemy. And with an ideology like that, do you really want to see them destroyed? Now, one of them does deserve some retribution because she destroyed Red Wing. Why would you destroy Red Wing? That was the nicest little armed attack drone. Yeah. And there's this really funny scene. No, that needs a little... Ooh. Yeah, gotta go spoilers here. Okay. So, Sam reveals to Bucky at one point that he didn't think he should take up Cap's shield and be the new Captain America because he didn't think he was, worthy of it. And Bucky shows him something in Baltimore. It's a man named Isaiah Bradley. And if you know him from the comics, he was basically the Black Captain America. On this show, he's been a super soldier since, the Korean War. Only when he got home, he was thrown in jail. But he's still got the powers. And, nobody knows about it. Bucky knew about it somehow. Because I guess he met him in Korea. And while Sam and Bucky are outside his house arguing about it, the police show up. And they immediately start confronting Sam. Even though Bucky's right there saying they're just talking. And when I say confronting, guess what I mean? Yeah, it's another one of those real-world themes showing up where the black guy is being more scrutinized by the cops than the white guy. And it turns out Bucky actually has a warrant out for his arrest because he missed a therapist meeting. But yeah, that leads to a funny scene where his therapist shows up and makes the two of them talk, to hash out their issues. And they kind of do, and then Captain America gets them out of jail, and you get that whole if you're not with me, you're against me thing, except he didn't, actually say that. If there was, if I was going to nitpick about anything, the banter between Sam and Bucky is the kind that you would expect to see in a Marvel movie. Everything can be super dramatic, but they still find the time to crack jokes with each other. And Sam and Bucky's back and forth is kind of hit and miss for me. There's this whole thing where Sam describes, he asks if who they're up against is one of the big three that the Avengers are always up against, which I believe is aliens, androids, or wizards. And Bucky starts arguing that there are no wizards. There's no such thing as wizards. There's, sorcerers or something. I forget. But, there's a joke about it. Bucky's like, nobody says big three. And Sam's like, oh, yeah, they say it. It kind of falls flat for me. But there's a scene later where Sam jumps out of a plane with his wings. Bucky jumps out with no parachute and attempts to use his vibranium arm to, keep from being pancaked into the ground. And he succeeds, and then Red Wing flies up, and Sam's like, I got the whole thing on video. That was funny. So I think they kind of need to work on the Sam-Bucky dynamic because, like I said, the humor between them, like, they really should be friends. I mean, they were both Steve's friend, you know. They could be friends with each other now that he's gone, commiserate over the loss. And I think they're trying, but, like, the first thing Bucky says to Sam when they finally get together in a scene is, "Why didn't you keep the shield?" So it's going to take some work over the series, I think. But looking forward to see what happens next, especially since episode 3 is already out, and I should probably go watch it. So see you guys next time.